Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Luminous and Eosin coming you guys with the Crystal Maiden and Juggernaut dueling combo. This is one of the highest killing combo in the entire game. I'll be playing Crystal Maiden as a support here, and my friend Eosin will be playing Juggernaut. So before we load up the replay, let's quickly talk about our starting item choices, as well as some of the possible alternate starting item choices as well. So Eosin and Juggernaut, what do you got for us here?
Alright, so in this particular game, I started with a Stout Shield, a Tango, Salve, and 3 branches. Starting with a Stout Shield is always very good, as it allows you to mitigate a lot of the incoming damage or harass damage that could be potentially dealt to you. In this particular game, Bounty Hunter was the expected hero in our lane, so if Luminous is ever decided to pull, I could always tank creeps under the tower or tank some of Bounty Hunter's harassment. Alternatively, you could get a Quelling Blade. It really helps you with farming, as Juggernaut has very, very low damage. And as a more, I guess, less standard build, you could also start with boots first, and hopefully your support could pull you some regeneration items. Yeah,
definitely a build that you might want to consider if you start out with random go, or if your support start with random go, could have a little bit more regen to share through. Also, another build that, or slight adjustment to the build, is you could start out with one less GG branch for a clarity in case you miss a spin or something like that, and you get a second go, because the mono pool for Juggernaut is a little bit taxing earlier on. But for me, I started with the Crystal Maiden. I have no random go, so basically I started with the Courier first, which is Skip the Frog, very, very cool Courier, and I started with Tango, Clarity, Salve, and a pair of Sentry Wards. The Clarity, again, self-explanatory, since my Juggernaut did not start it, I will start one as well. And once you reach level 2, your mana is very taxing as well. You need an upward of 200 mana to get both your nukes off, and if you misfire a nuke previously, the Clarity is going to give you a bailout in sorts. And also, I personally prefer Sentry Ward a little bit more for a couple of reasons. First of all, if you're trying to make a dive against heroes and they see you coming in this particular area of the map, having a Sentry Ward to de-ward any possible observers that they have put is very, very important. Second reason is, if you ever want to make a pull of your neutral camp, sometimes they block it off with a Sentry, Observer Ward, so having Sentry to de-ward that is important as well. But the most important reason is the fact that we're going to be playing against, expectedly, a Bounty Hunter, and well, obviously he goes invis, and having Sentry Ward is important for that as well. So we're getting ready to start the replay, Eosin. Are you good to go?
Yes,
all right. Ready. We are at 150, and let's unpause in 3, 2, 1. Go. 152, 153, 154. Cool. So,
all right.
One of the more important thing is we need to scout the jungle together. We didn't do that this game, but can you let the viewers know why that was a mistake, and something that we should be watch out for the next time we play this lane combo?
Okay, so as Lumi mentioned earlier, the expected hero is going to be a Bounty Hunter. You generally want to scout the jungle together to basically spot where Bounty Hunter is coming from, whether or not his items, as well as whether or not the rune spawns on your lane. So we didn't do that this game, but it's very important that you do, so that you can more or less have a lot more control over your lane.
Yeah, and I guess a byproduct, a negative consequence of this as well. I have no idea whether he warded off my jungle. We don't see his starting item till much later, and this pair of Sentry Ward is very limited. I don't know if I need to, for example, de-ward this camp. He's standing over it, which is definitely a way to block the camp as well. And well, he only has, we see now, because we have third-person perspective, that he has an Orb of Venom and a Healing Salve. Now, can you tell the viewers why this build maybe is a little bit of suboptimal build?
Right. So it's not a very standard build, because you severely lack regeneration items. So what this means is, if we were to make a move and harass with our skills, which is a lot of damage because it's CM Jug, he only has one healing item to stay in lane, and after that, he's pretty much done for. If we were to go a second time, he would have to run back to base, or he would have to just sit on the sidelines and avoid us for as long as possible. And you can see here that after spotting out his items, we just quickly go for the dive, knowing that he has no way of surviving this at all. Maybe a slight misplay of his on his part, juking to the right. Maybe he could have survived if he went upwards, but me and Luminous end up securing the kill, and Luminous is able to pick up his boots.
Yeah, so just real fast on that dive, like even if he does survive that gank, he's going to be burning that single salve that he has, and he's going to basically can't even come into lane anymore because we're going to still harass him with our spells and abilities. So even if we don't make that kill, which we end up getting, we were still very, very far off ahead. I'm going to go into the jungle right now to make a pull because our Creepilobium is a little bit far up here. And controlling Creepilobium against Juggernaut, or against most offlaner, is going to be very important as well. I pick up Boots of Speed instead of upgrading Courier. Basically, it's going to make our killing attempts a lot easier in this lane. And you, instead of picking up your Boots of Speed, you're going to be going for a Poor Man's Shield.
Right, so Poor Man's Shield is very good here because I know that the Bounty Hunter still doesn't have boots, and I know that Luminous is also pulling, so I can reduce the damage I take by a dramatic amount, and in doing so, I am able to pick up the kill here because the Bounty somewhat overestimates himself, and he tries to trade hits with me, and because he did so, one spin, couple auto attacks allowed me to get the kill on my own.
So normally he would be able to trade hits with you if you pick up the Boots of Speed, but since you have Poor Man's Shield, you're able to tank up quite a bit. Now, let's say if the Bounty Hunter himself had a little bit of different item purchases, let's say he has somehow picked up a Boots of Speed right now, you wouldn't make the same purchase on your Poor Man's Shield, right?
That's correct. I would have picked up boots first instead. It's very important as a Juggernaut to more or less match or surpass your opponent's movement speed because you do not want them to move out of your spin radius.
So at level 3, I pick up a Arcane Aura. I don't need to level up my spells just yet. My spells are still very, very powerful in conjunction with my allies. And basically at this point in the game, I'm going to be fearing myself a Dust in preparation of the next kill. And also in the preparation of the next kill, we're going to be, you can see me auto-attacking this lane, which generally you don't want to do as a support. Only when you want to get the Creepilobium across and we're making this dive.
Right, so here you can see us diving past the tower. It's very important to note that what we're doing here is we're not right-clicking the Bounty Hunter at all. In doing so, we avoid the tower aggro for a longer duration, and it allows us for a much safer gank. A slight misplay on our part. We lost all of our creeps after making the kill, so we could have went instead of going through the tower to avoid more damage, but in the end we did secure the kill, and all is good.
Yeah, so we're rewinding it one more time. Notice how Eosin is chasing in. He's going to be using the move command, which is M on your keyboard, and I don't begin auto-attacking until we're basically past the tower range. So basically that's going to conclude a little bit of display of what this lane could definitely do. We are only 3 minutes in, and in combination of this lane, we got first blood, we got 3 kills, he's 0 and 3, he doesn't even have Boots of Speed just yet, and Eosin will be getting a ton of farm, and myself getting a ton of experience in this lane. So before we end this video, let's quickly talk about some of the in-lane item purchases that Eosin and myself could pick up. Obviously, I'll be spending most of my golds on wards, career upgrades, maybe picking up a Boots of Speed and a couple of teleport scrolls to 80 other lanes, but as a carry player here, Eosin has a lot more room to work with his item purchases. So what are some of the items that you could be picking up to dominate this lane a little bit more?
Right, so you can see that I ended up picking phase boots first in this game, simply because I know that the Bounty Hunter still doesn't have his boots, and also that I didn't start with a Quelling Blade. Having the extra damage from the phase boots really helps with my farming, and also it gives huge damage output if we were to dive him again. And alternatively, a lot of the times I do prefer picking up Orb of Venom. I believe it's a very good item on Juggernaut because when you spin, you can technically right-click targets, but as you can see here, you can apply the debuff if you auto-attack during your spin, and it greatly reduces your opponent's movement speed, and I believe it is a very useful item on Jug, simply because of that.
Yeah, we're watching this kill right now. Even though we missed slightly a little bit onto spin damage because we're so far ahead in terms of levels, in terms of inventory, more importantly, in terms of movement speed, we're able to get that kill very, very easily. So, very simple laning combo. You just have to do a couple things correct because you have so much damage output. You can easily get those kills. And hope you guys enjoyed this one, and hope you guys found this helpful. I'm Luminous. I'm playing on Crystal Maiden. He is Eosin. You can follow him at Eosin Dota on Twitter. and he is playing the Juggernaut. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and until next time, let us know if you guys want to see more of CM Juggernaut. We definitely have more clips and replays to showcase to you, or if you want to see other laning combo, like maybe a Skeleton King Leshrac or something like that, or a Sand King Leshrac, let us know what you want to see and put it in the comment section below. But that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Eosin, and I am Luminous, and we are signing off. G guys.